Right, wow.
Hello, hello. I hope you guys are
As
all
your
doing
voice
well. It's good to be
overpowers
back.
your mic and it clips it and also causes distortion. It's not the loudness, it's the distortion that people don't like.
So anyway, we got
So
Michael
that's
Kahn,
possibly your
Paul, and
iPad's microphone.
We're talking. I think we're talking
Hey,
over flats.
yeah. Hey guys, how you guys doing?
Sorry, man.
How's it going, guys? Good to see you. Been a while.
Yeah.
So we got
Good to be
Michael.
back.
You've been gone that long that we just think we're doing the zone show. That's why we're talking of you.
But it's good to see you guys. I hope you guys. I missed you guys. I have to be honest. I did miss you. It was a good little vacation, but it's good to be back. I'm glad I can back. I see the people did vote already. 14 votes. 57% is happy to see me. The other 43% is no, because now they're going to be hurt again.
Well, you don't know while you've been gone, there's been no globe evidence, so you haven't missed out.
No stress, Paul. It's good to have you in, by the way, mate.
They did say something about a curve, but still can't see it.
But do you ever think there will be globe evidence, though? I mean, the globe first exists before it can be presented.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. That's
yeah.
true.
We got PJ Cruikshank back in, Moxie, Michael Kahn, Sean Hawkins, Two Wolves, good to see you, Alan Norstrand, Paul, and Oxbow Spirit. Great to see you guys in. Thank you all for coming. I'm glad you could make it. And also Sasquatch Rosefarts. So
It's Alan. It's not Alan Norstrand anyway. It's Alan Brundle.
The Brundle fly.
So you say Grouper Poons brought out a new video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his channel name
Haven't
again?
watched it.
What's his channel name again? I keep forgetting his channel name because it's not Duper Poons.
It is Duper Poons.
Really?
Yeah, it's Duper, yeah.
How do you spell it? Duper Poon.
Yeah, DOOPER POONES.
Is it one word?
No, two. I think it's
Duper Poons.
capital D, capital P.
Yeah, make sure you use capitals.
Yeah, for the first letters, I think. The rest is normal.
If not, I'll get you a link. I'm subbed.
Yeah, it might be working better because I can't seem to find it. Because they say there's a video that he's brought out again that we should maybe look at quickly before we start with the rest of the video. No, I just see them showing poop, poo and stuff from elephants. That's not going to work. Hey, Lumpy Gas, good to see you, mate. And Coral Apple, thank you for coming. Yeah, if you can just send a...
I mean, in all fairness, with Duper's videos are shocking. Like, but they're worth just showing, just to show normies that how stupid are these ballers, like.
Yeah. Would you be able to send me the link quickly in Element?
I don't know about quickly. I'm trying to have, but you know what my YouTube's like when you start streaming.
Oh, yeah. But it's good to have you in, Paul. Glad you could hop in for a bit.
It's cool, yeah.
That just kicked me out. I'll put the link in the Element chat if you haven't found it yet.
Awesome. Yeah, I can't find it. Just wanted to say, guys, my green screen and earphones will be here Thursday. So then I can start working on the sound a bit better so it actually goes through the system.
We're making some nicer videos.
Yeah, then I can make some ISS videos for you guys.
Yeah, man.
PJ, can you get it? Like, because my YouTube just ain't working.
Let's give it a go.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Paul already got it. Thank you very much, Paul.
Paul's put it in Element.
Yeah, Paul's got it. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Hello, everyone. A YouTuber.
I see he still doesn't use his
No.
Yeah, he doesn't use his voice though. Okay.
How can he? Because then we know which clown it was.
You never know if it's Sean Hawkins, maybe.
I don't think it's Sean Hawkins.
No, it wouldn't be because he's only got 16 subscribers. Sean Hawkins would promote him if it was him.
I'm going as bad as it being somebody like Toon or somebody like that.
I can't tell these subscribers I am forever.
Hey, Sliperator, good to see you, Jolly Man. Yeah.
I mean, in all fairness, Duper is slightly cleverer than Sean.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not
He
difficult.
knows how to use Google. He knows how to use Google.
Okay, you guys ready to watch this video?
Yeah.
Let's do
Absolutely.
this.
Hello,
that's
everyone.
Duper. That's
A
Duper.
YouTuber called
In the
Nathan
chat.
Oakley has made a video responding to my first video. So today, I am going to respond back. He asked several questions and made some claims in his video. So I am going to start by answering his questions and then
Well, I feel a bit left out here. I mean, I made a live response to your video. What response am I getting, Duper? That's not nice. I mean, you're always on my channel.
Yeah, I mean, I know Duper's a bit of competition for your flats, but he knows that you're just slightly ahead of him, so that's why he hasn't challenged you, I think.
I'll address his claims. Question 1. How do you know an eclipse is caused by Earth's shadow on the moon?
Hey, I also said that. Okay.
Well, scientists have been studying celestial events for centuries, and we have a deep understanding of the movement of celestial bodies in space. We can predict eclipses with a high degree of accuracy using mathematical models based on the laws of physics. Question 2.
Stop.
Okay. Yeah. First of all,
Stop.
eclipses were based on cycles and stuff way before your mathematical heliocentric model, mate. Even the Mayans had elliptical eclipses dates very accurately, and they were flat earthers, guys. So it's really weird how you would just all of a sudden throw away all history and think that just because a heliocentric model does exactly the same, therefore it works. And yeah, it's not scientist, exactly, asks Swerve. Duper, you might want to go look into how your heliocentric cycles were worked out. It's back engineered from cycles, lunar cycles, and how it's been, like the solar cycles and stuff, through centuries. Those cycles, exactly, the solar cycles, have been around way before the beloved ball earthers came around. PJ Cruikshank, member for 6 months. Duper, you've convinced me. You can teach me how to get an R on an ablate spheroid. Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much for being a member for 6 months, PJ. Really appreciate it. But
I only just noticed it because when I typed in chat, my star had turned yellow, so I thought, oh, that means I've got a thing.
Just want to say again, thank you to all the members and everybody that does support this channel. You guys are awesome. But yeah, Duper is very simple. Your heliocentric model eclipses are based on the solar cycle. Those solar cycles are based on observations of thousands and thousands of years. I mean, even the Mayans, for Pete's sake, were flat earthers.
It was sorry. I posted you a link in Element. It was Chaldeans that
The Chaldeans, yeah.
eclipses and that. They were Babylonian. They were flat earthers.
Exactly. But I say even like there we go. It's based on solar cycles, guys. The Soros arises from the natural harmony between 3 of the moon's orbital periods, blah blah blah. There's Soros cycle. The periodically and recurrence of eclipses is governed by the Soros cycle, a period of approximately 18 years, and it was known by the Chaldeans as a period of lunar eclipses seems to repeat themselves. Weird. So it's just observations through thousands of years that are repeated. Hey, FE Nation, good to see you.
Yep. There's actually no science involved, and there's no predictions. There's nothing.
Nothing, exactly. So I don't know where Duper comes with this nonsense.
That's it. He gives you a load of information. He doesn't try and debunk flat Earth. He just comes on with some alleged facts, and that's it.
But that's the thing. When they bring this up, they actually are validating flat Earth, not globe, because they validated the claims that the globe is just created a model that's back engineered on flat Earth data.
It's using an AI video bot to make a video, and that AI bot is using Google. So
yeah. There's nothing empirical there at all whatsoever.
Nope. That's very funny. Yeah, so it shows you they don't really look up the things, and if he knew this, he wouldn't bring this up in the first instance, because
I'm pretty sure that we've brought this up before with Solar Cycle,
we have, yeah.
and I'm pretty sure he's been in chat when we have done. It is just a troll pretending to be fake.
Yes,
my opinion.
Dupapoons, we are saying images of the Earth are fake. We've been saying this, and you know it's fake. We've been saying why for many, many years already. You cannot
Actual real weather balloons have been sent up, and there's no curve.
Exactly.
And Duper's claiming pictures from
Narnia.
a fake place.
Exactly. Hey Glenn Sash, good to see you. Yeah, Dupapoons. So your first one is eclipses, debunked straight away, solar cycle. I'm going to number 2 now. Why would an eclipse turn red? Oh, that's very simple. There's dust in the air. This is been shown to be very, yeah.
Yeah, I want to comment on this as well. It is confusing a blood moon with red-looking moon in an eclipse.
Okay, but let's watch. I haven't seen his question yet, but yeah, just based on this, dust in air.
2. Why would an eclipse turn red? This phenomenon is called a blood moon, and it occurs when the Earth's atmosphere bends and filters the sunlight that passes through it, giving the moon a reddish tint. It does not debunk the fact that eclipses are caused by Earth's shadow on the moon. Question 3.
You want to take that, Michael?
Yeah, I just said it, didn't I? Like, it's confusing a blood moon with an eclipse moon, where when you have eclipse at moon, it looks red. A blood moon is not to do with an eclipse; it's a full moon.
Yeah, exactly. A blood moon is something. It's in the Bible about blood moons and that. Yeah, nothing to do with an eclipse. It's just to do with the shade of the moon at the time.
Yeah, and if you spend any time watching moon, when moon rises, it looks red, and when moon sets, it looks red. Not to do with eclipses.
Exactly.
Sorry, Duper.
Hey, Black Circle, thank you for coming. Harmon Walker, good to see you. It's very simple. The red is simply the dust through atmo. That's it. That's why it's usually red when it's rising or when it's setting. Yeah, exactly. Like he got confused. The blood moon and the eclipses are two different things. A normal blood moon is not an eclipse. That's very simple stuff.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Okay, let's get on to number 3. What about Selenian eclipses? I just want to see what his argument for this is.
3. What about Selenelion eclipses? The reason why Selenelion eclipses happen is due to the Earth's atmosphere bending the light from the sun and the moon, allowing them to appear above the horizon at the same time. Or simply said, refraction. Also, the fact that a selenelion can only be observed from certain locations on the Earth also supports the idea of a spherical Earth.
No, Dupapoons, that's false. That's totally false. The excuse is that it's refraction, that's why you see it. And then you ignore the fact that the shadow is a total 180 of what it's supposed to be on your Earth. That's what's called the impossible eclipse.
And also define refraction, Pons.
Yeah. And I mean, I see the sun and moon a lot at the same time of day here in South Africa. Quite a lot of the time, most of the time in the year.
Everybody does.
And then it's supposed to be having a shadow from the Earth. If they've got a straight line of sight, there's supposed to be no shadow. It's crazy. These guys don't think. They don't understand. No. Their model has no basis for anything.
And don't forget, Selenelion, I can't even say it.
It's hard, what to say.
It is actually termed as the impossible eclipse.
For a reason.
Exactly.
Now
it's impossible in a globe model.
Exactly.
So
the excuse is refraction. All the way they can't even demonstrate this impossible eclipse with their beloved refraction. Why? Because their refraction doesn't exist in their model. Their model flattens out their globe. It doesn't refract light. I don't know how much time we have to explain this to them. It just simply changes their radius value. It doesn't refract light. There's no refraction of light in their model at all. How difficult is this to understand? Hey, Harmon Walker, thank you for coming. Eric Dubé's new video interview is really good. I would actually go and look up for it. Sounds interesting.
If the Earth were flat, a Selenelion could be seen from anywhere on the Earth's surface. But in reality, it can only be observed from certain locations where the geometry of the Earth, Sun, and Moon align in a particular way. Therefore,
No, that's also false. Also false, Duper. It is observed in a certain location because of perspective.
Models come from
it's the
reality.
same-
No,
it's the-
yeah, but you're thinking of the wrong reality,
Yeah.
dude.
Hey, Cleric, Ruckus,
Wrong
good to see
model.
you. Yeah, I mean, it's simple. I can only observe the tower of, let's say, the Leaning Tower of Pisa in certain places where I can see it, correct? I'm not going to be expected to see it in America, correct?
No.
Of course.
Just like you can't see the Eiffel Tower in Texas, you see it in Paris, because that's where it's located. It's got to do with location. Just like you can only see the Selenelion eclipse at certain places because that's where it happens. And that's from your vantage point. It's got nothing to do with the shape of Earth. At all.
Not at all. Exactly. You wouldn't see the Eiffel Tower when you get to the edge of Paris. You wouldn't see it at all. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
Exactly.
Because of perspective.
Exactly. These things are circling above a flat plane, so you have to be in certain points on Earth to see it happening. That's why you don't see a solar eclipse everywhere on Earth. Like if we have a solar eclipse in England, you won't have one in America. You know, it's
Exactly.
that sort of thing.
what am I showing on the screen right now, guys? Am I showing?
You
I'm showing
you.
myself. I thought I was showing the video. No one's letting me know.
You know, do you know something? I never even thought of that. I've been listening to the video, but I haven't seen it.
I've been showing myself the whole time. I thought I was showing the video. Sorry about that, guys.
I just thought I was lagging.
Something like that.
Peanuts already. Hey, Richard G, good to see you. And Price Adam, good to see you. Peanut comes in straight away. You don't grasp geometry. Wow, what a brilliant rebuttal. Hey to you as well, Peanut.
Peanut by brain.
Yeah.
And then
for
And he's
Selenelion,
Yeah, exactly. It's sad. I mean, I'm explaining why the things are the way they are, and all he comes in, you can't grasp geometry. Yeah. Because of geometry, it's an impossible eclipse. That's why it's called the Selenelion eclipse, the impossible eclipse. Because of your geometry, Mr. Peanut. Ever know that? So that's the
Mr.
reason
Nutty
why it's called the impossible eclipse, because of geometry. This is how idiotic these guys are.
He's a nutty pea.
Oh man.
in eclipses debunk flat Earth. Now that we are done with the questions, let's move on to Nathan's claims. First claim: if the sky were a vacuum, the gas we breathe would fill the space.
Yes.
The vacuum of space is a different environment from the Earth's atmosphere, and the two are separated by a boundary called the Kármán line.
Oh, shut up, Sean.
Okay, I'm gonna draw this out quickly. Hey, Sean is back in. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
draw it back in.
Starting off the same old rubbish that you don't understand geometry, and if you understood geometry, you wouldn't be a flat earther flats.
Okay.
You know that.
That's pure projection, because if Sean understood geometry, no Earth were flat.
Exactly. Okay. This is now, let's say the universe is a box, guys. Let's make his imaginary Kármán line. It's a bit difficult because I can't make it a solid line. It can't be a solid line because yeah, we're just gonna do it like this. Let's make it rough because it's got openings. It's an imaginary boundary line, the Kármán line. Okay, so this is the imaginary boundary. Okay, imaginary boundary. Poof. It's just imaginary, guys. That means it's not physical. Let's do this. Not physical. Okay. It's a common line. Okay. Common line. Okay, that makes it very simple. It's the common line. This is the universe, so this would be space over here. Let's paint space quickly. Whatever well, just that space, whatever. And then we got Earth at the bottom here. Okay? So, this imaginary common line of yours is supposed to be stopping all the air from going to there. Do you understand how idiotic that sounds? Do you understand how gas works? Gas bounces in every direction constantly. All directions. It doesn't just bounce in one direction, it bounces in all directions constantly. So what happens if a gas bounces and it goes that way? It requires a boundary to make it bounce back. So you need a physical boundary. Physical. If there's no physical boundary, then it can't bounce back. So it would just carry on going in to the available system. I'm sorry, I have to literally draw this like I would draw it for a little 3-year-old or something. Very simple stuff.
I mean, you explain this so often to them, Flats, it must not even need thinking about it, just rolls off your lips, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, gas would fill the available volume. He's just conceded now that Earth is a separate system to space. So it's two separate systems. It's only got an imaginary boundary line, not a physical one.
Mm-hmm.
So imaginary doesn't stop physical matter leaving its boundary. Yes, gas particles move forever, Peanut.
Yeah, I was just going to say, yeah, they do.
Yeah, of course.
That's what gas is. They have elastic collisions. They only change vector with collisions. That's how a gas works, Peanut.
That's why it's gas.
Yeah, that's why it's called a gas.
Yeah.
They never stop moving. The only way they can stop moving is if they reach 0 Kelvin, which is impossible to get to. So thank you. Yes, unbonded elastic collisions, traveling at high speeds in all directions, not downward.
It's alright, but it's just proof that he's absolutely retarded and has no clue what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So we'll let him just keep banging on.
I have Professor Phil Bell telling me today as well that gas doesn't have behavior.
Well, we know Phil's a moron.
Tell me, how's he a professor again if he doesn't understand gas has a behavior?
Well, I tell you, I've got enough screenshots of Phil Bell's comments to go to his university and get him sacked.
Peanut says, OS, perpetual motion no more, thermodynamics, UP. Can you make a coherent sentence first of all? And first of all, gas is a non-bonded, homogeneous gas particle. They move all over. They only change direction with collisions. That is it.
I think he's trying to strawman you with that perpetual motion thing that you covered the other day.
Well, yeah, I explained why it couldn't work. How will I solve humanity's energy problem, Peanut. You can go to any physicist and ask them, does gas change direction without a collision? And they will laugh at you. Because that's what a gas is. It can only change direction with collisions. That is what a gas is. That's gas behavior. If you can show me one gas that's never stopped moving before, you'll probably win the Nobel Prize, because it's impossible. It will be literally going against what a gas is. Let's carry on.
Which
Hey,
is
Arwen, good to see
approximately
you, mate.
100 kilometers above the Earth's surface. Second claim, a sphere model comes from a flat Earth elevation angle measurement to Polaris.
Yeah. And that's not a claim, it's the truth. I've shown you the math for it, and I've shown you my diagram, trying to explain it in very simple terms to you. Because that's what it's based on. Your Cartesian coordinates are based on this exact principle. Your distances are based from this principle. That's what it's based on.
This is a distortion of the truth. While Polaris can be used as a reference point to determine latitude, this method only works on a spherical Earth, not a flat one.
False. Seems this guy's never watched. Well, he's always in my stream, so I don't understand how he's never watched it. We've explained it over and over and over again. Yep, this is Dipper's video. Duper Poons. The numbnuts doesn't even understand what the hell he's presenting. He literally shows he's nothing else than a moron. He's got no knowledge of the subject he's trying to present.
So, there you have it. I hope this video has helped to clear up some misconceptions.
The only misconceptions you clear up is how dumb you are. Let's show again. Duper Poons, pay attention. Oh, I don't know how much time I have to show this to the people. Duper Poons. 90 degrees, Polaris, standing underneath him. Get it? Flat baseline. Walking away, 600 nautical miles. You see, I've gone 600 nautical miles, and now I see Polaris at an apparent altitude of 80 degrees. This would be the 80-degree latitude, you know? That's how it worked out. And it carries on going. The further you go away...
Mhm.
Are you looking at the same one as me?
Yeah, the price of Adam.
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very simple stuff. Duper Poons. So there we go. This is the math. This is how it's worked out. It's because they actually went through and they did navigation, and they saw, I see Polaris at this latitude, this apparent altitude angle. That's how I know my latitude. That's how I know my distance. Based on a flat Earth. So Duper Poon's already showing he has nothing. Very sad. Okay, so guys, we came here for the truth behind the flat Earth theory. From that's what did I say the guy's name is here?
Duper Poons.
No, the Space Experience. I did stick his Hey Fairymuff, thank you for coming. Good to see you. I did stick his video in the chat for you guys. Where did I get this equation from? It's not an equation, it's just simple math.
Equation.
It's simple math, Duper. It's not an equation, mate. Let's bring it up again, just so he can understand. 90 degrees, that's a 90 degree. Oh, why is it always doing this? That's a 90 degree, Duper. Correct?
So what?
90 degrees from the observer. Now, you have to minus 90 degrees, aka so you can get your co-altitude angle. And then you're going to take that co-altitude angle, you're going to times it by 60 because of minute of degrees. Remember, you actually measuring in a minute of degree arc, which gives you your distance in nautical miles. Or you can do 69 and you get miles per hour, kilometers, 111, it doesn't matter.
Stop. Can I address media, Dom?
Hey, Media Dongusi, here, go ahead.
Flatzoid, I'd love you to create a flat surface model to replicate this diagram you always show on Polaris, right?
What's on screen?
It's all based on elevation angle measurements to Polaris. You can't have an elevation angle on a curved surface, media.
Exactly.
But what's on screen right now, though?
You need a baseline.
What did I just show on screen right now?
Exactly. It's a demonstration.
I just want to go look for something. McToon, where's McToon? Okay, I'm just looking for messages through McToon quickly. Yes. Okay, guys, you can see this on screen. Please tell me this should be on screen. What's a co-altitude angle? It's based on the elevation angle. It's the angle that completes your triangle.
But that comment from Duper Poons means that Duper needs to go away and look up what he's talking about.
Yeah, exactly. But it's simple.
If you don't know what a altitude angle is, then he's got no reason to be trying to tell anybody else that they're stupid.
The co-altitude angle is just the angle that completes the right angle triangle. That's what gives you distance. Remember, because the distance is based on the relationship between the hypotenuse and the base. That's it. That's why you got your distance. Anyway, you can see on screen this flask. Remember when McToon was on my show? And he claimed that, he took that trailer and he worked out triangulation based on perspective and all that nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
And then I gave him this challenge. I gave him this flask. And I told him, can you please work it out for me? What's the size of this flask? What's the height? Till this day, he has not come back to me. Till this day, I've given him the distances. I've given him the actual things in elevation, everything. I just want to know what is the height of those lines on that flask. It's been what, 3-4 months now?
Yeah, got me.
So, guys, Dupapoons, can you please explain to me why are you guys not able to figure this very simple thing out, but you got a problem with my diagram that gives you the proper math? Telling me I don't understand the math, but you guys can't figure this out. Good luck.
I'm sure you can work out why, Peanut.
Come on, this is very simple.
I'm just commenting. Are you for real asking why?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know why that comment were a straw man comment, you've no business being here either.
Hey, Preschool Warrior, thank you very much for your £2 super chat. Really, really appreciate it. You rock, man. Appreciate all the support. He says, Dupapoons, you believe in lies. Exactly. He does believe in lies. That's about it. Yes, it's a flat surface, Media Don. Maybe you can work this out for McToon. And I'm going to ask you another question. Is this flask, as I'm moving in the distance, is it physically becoming smaller? And is that elevation angle literally showing it to drop?
Definitely not.
Or
No
is
to
it,
both.
or is it the same flask at exactly the same elevation, just moving distance?
Yes to both.
Yeah. This is exactly what happens to Polaris as you move away, guys. That's why you see the apparent altitude change. Not physical change, apparent altitude change. It's simple optics. And that's why McToon, your beloved troll leader, knows this and he has to run away from it. Because it conforms to reality. It's all optical.
Wow. Peanut wants me to really explain why his comment was a straw man.
Go ahead.
Go
ahead.
He's taking them.
If he's can even understand it.
Wow.
Does your co-altitude mean 90 degrees divided by 2? No.
And Media Don wants you to provide this evidence on paper, apparently.
What evidence?
On paper.
What evidence? Perspective.
Something to that effect.
So an actual demonstration is not good enough. An actual explanation is not good enough. Media Don, go do the homework yourself. How's that sound? Okay, are you guys ready to start with the actual topic tonight?
Sure.
Okay, let's do this.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like if the Earth was actually flat?
No,
It's a concept that has been debated for centuries. But what if it were true?
it's
In this
always been
video,
true.
we'll explore the hypothetical scenario of a flat Earth and see what the world might look like if it were actually flat. First off, if the Earth were flat, what would it look like?
If the Earth were flat, what would it look like?
Don't know. It's a crazy idea, though, isn't it? Earth being flat and that. Mental.
I wonder, maybe just like we're seeing it now,
Exactly. Exactly like
because
that.
it is flat. It's kind of a redundant question, don't you think? It's good to be back. Yeah, Mick Buffoon.
He kind of said it in the question, didn't he? I wonder what a flat Earth would look like. Well, it would look flat.
He says, Peanut says, you measure 20 degrees to the top of the bottle. How far is the bottle? Again, there we go. First one is 8.57, so you can say 8.6. 4.7, 3.39. The actual distance, there we go. First one is 1.1 meters away. Second one, another, that's 2.2 meters. And the third one, 3.3 meters away. You got enough? Let's see if you'll figure it out, Peanuts.
Stop. Media Don says recreate Polaris observation accurately on a flat surface that shows how increasing distance leads to constant altitude drop, not using other examples. Flat's just been showing you that on video.
Exactly.
Well, what's on screen right now? What's that?
Do you know when you look at a fence and it gets smaller into distance? There's your answer, mate.
But I mean, what am I
Yep.
showing on screen right now?
It's too thick to realise what it is you're actually showing. He's either a liar or he don't understand.
Could be both. I mean, this. That's why I remember, when was it? I think it was beginning of last or end of last year or something, where what's the name on FED? He measured his kitchen and he gave his kitchen a radius. Yeah, because he just did the same thing. You're measuring flat elevation angles and you can give a radius to it. What I can do is I can take this floor's measurement now and I can give a radius to the floor. You can just add the hover sign to this and I can create a radius to the floor. And there's no radius.
I already said, Duper, you can't have R on an oblate spheroid.
Yeah, it would change all the time. Maybe you guys have forgotten. Your radius would be different to the center of mass. All the
Lovely.
different locations on Earth. Different radius values.
Yeah, for it to be a radius, it has to be the same from the middle to the edge on all points.
Mike Ray Goodsie says, want to know something neat? I bet with knowing the angular sizes of each image and the distance, I can find out exactly how tall the object is and will match all three. It's the same object. And I gave all three distances. And I gave the degree measurements. And no one has yet to come to tell me what that height is, actual height. Yeah. Good luck. Let's move on to this video.
Well, if the Earth were flat, it would be a truly bizarre sight.
Why?
Instead of the spherical shape we're all familiar with, the Earth would resemble a giant disc or circular...
Already the straw man flat earth argument, throwing the flat earth in a space vacuum again. There's no such thing as an average radius, Duper. Then you don't know what geometry is. Congratulations.
What's average radius?
Then he
The
doesn't
size
know
of a circle is the size of a circle.
Do you know if a normal person were to come into this chat right now and see what Poons is saying, Media Dons is saying, and Peanut's saying, they'd absolutely laugh at them.
I'm going to just take this as a exaggerated thing. Oblate spheroid. This is your center of radius. Okay? Make it red. This is the center. This is a radius. Just a rough, okay? Duper. Let's go and let's see if it's going to have the same radius.
Exactly.
Anywhere else. How do you turn on it? The vertical, whatever. Ah, it doesn't matter. There we go. Oh wait, it's 2y. Why? Because it's an oblate spheroid. Or in your case, it's a geoid. So it's got different radius values right through your Earth. That's why your Earth can never be level, even on your own definition of Earth, of level. There is no such thing as level Earth on your model. It's impossible, no matter which way you look at it.
Black swan.
Yeah. Their own definition of level curving debunks their own model. That's how dumb it is. Deliberately exaggerated. Slip radar, it's just to give an example to show you how it's different.
And can I just add to my career, right? You're strawmanning as well, because celestial navigation is not about working out how high your celestial object is.
It's got nothing to do with that.
Not
Absolutely
whatsoever.
nothing to do with height. Your celestial navigation is only your apparent altitude angular measurement. That's it. That apparent altitude angular measurement is what gives you your co-altitude angle, so you know your distance to the GP. It's got absolutely bugger all to do with the height of a star or anything. The only height that counts is your height above the water, because you have to have a flat baseline. That's why you do dip correction, so you can be as accurate as possible. Yeah, this is embarrassing. Globers are anti-flat earth, have no right to try and shame flat earth. I agree.
No. It's absolutely terrible. Worst globe defense I've ever seen in a long time.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's carry on.
Plane with a dome-like structure above it. The edges of the flat Earth would drop off into space with some...
No. Nothing would drop it off into space because there's no space. Space is a heliocentric model. This is the same thing I've been trying to explain since, remember when I was doing the debunk of Not a Professor Dave, trying to show him globe Earth, flat Earth, two separate models. You cannot put gravity and space and all that nonsense from the globe onto flat Earth. It has nothing to do with one another. There's no dip correction for duper. Exactly, Paul. Peanut says first bottle is 90 minus 8.76. No. Does the bottle work in nautical miles, Peanut? That's idiotic. You know what a false equivalence is? Of a category error? Oh man, these guys are morons. Okay, let's carry on.
Some flat earthers believing that there may be a wall surrounding the entire Earth. The surface of the flat Earth would likely be divided into various regions, with some areas being higher or lower than others. Mountains, for example, would be elevated regions of the disk, and valleys...
What disk? What disk? Why are they placing this thing in space? I love how these guys are trying their utmost hardest to show how retarded they are.
They're absolutely retarded. They don't even know what it is that you're showing them.
No.
They're really dumb.
But it's like they're going out their way out to show how stupid they are.
These would be the lower regions. Additionally, if the Earth were flat, the horizon would be completely different from what we're used to.
The horizon would be completely different what we're used to. So we're seeing a horizon as horizontal would be different on a flat Earth. Is that what you're saying?
God knows what they say.
What? 1 minute, I've got to address somebody else again. I'm sorry. Micah Ray claims that there's flat Earth celestial. No, there's just celestial navigation. It just happens that it can only be done on a flat Earth.
Exactly right.
Sorry.
Just like remember when in the beginning of the video with the eclipses, we explained it was back engineered using the Shara cycles. The same is done with your celestial navigation. It's back engineered using flat Earth. Why do you think they added the Haversine formula in? It's just back engineering, guys. Your model is all just mathematical based, hijacking perspective. That's it. Nothing more about it. It's just hijacked perspective. It's taking the optical effects of perspective and calling it physical. That's why it doesn't work. Because all it has is the change in refraction, because your Earth seems to grow and shrink every day.
Yeah.
Instead of a curved horizon, the edge of the Earth would be a straight line, with the sky appearing like a giant dome above.
Oh, you mean like, let's go type in horizon. Ugh. You mean like this? Or like that? Or like that? Or like that? I don't see it curving. It definitely looks like a flat Earth horizon. What's this guy on about? This guy's been smoking something. Because he's explaining that this would look off. But this is exactly what we see in reality. What the hell is wrong with this guy?
He's definitely smoking the wrong stuff, because smoking it doesn't do that to me.
I mean, I'm going to rewind it 10 seconds and listen to what he's saying about horizon, guys.
Horizon would be completely different from what we're used to. Instead of a curved horizon, the edge of the Earth would be a straight line.
Instead of a curved horizon. What the hell? What curved horizon? This is horizon. This is horizon.
The guy doesn't know what an horizon is, because in his sphere model, horizon has to be Earth curve. He also thinks that horizon on that flat plane where he's showing, which is a straw man, would be the horizon.
Yeah, but I mean, this is how you see an horizon. This is what horizon is. This is horizon, guys. Not curved. He's saying this would be the thing that looks off. So he's saying it would look like a straight line. So like we see in reality then. Totally contradicting what he's talking about. Since when do we see a curved horizon? This is idiotic. I swear the people are getting dumber by the day.
With the sky appearing like a giant dome above. Before we go further into this video, where did it originate from and what's its history?
That should be interesting.
Bible tells you about that.
Curved horizontal, exactly, Flat Sabbath. Good to see you. And Flataholics, thank you for coming. Let's see if he's actually got his information correct where it originated from, guys. Because 99% of the time, I've never seen a globe actually get where it originated from correct. Always coming up with idiotic, parroting nonsense, showing they've never ever actually looked into it before. Let's see.
The flat Earth theory has been around for thousands of years, with many ancient cultures believing in a flat Earth. Pythagoras proposed a spherical Earth in the 6th century BC, but the flat Earth theory persisted throughout the Middle Ages. It was not until the Renaissance that the idea of a spherical Earth became widely accepted, due to the work of astronomers such as Copernicus and Galileo.
First of all, Copernicus was also was he not a he based his thing from Platonic. What's that guy's name? Whatever. And it came from geocentrism, that they just took it and they swapped it around in geocentrism to make it heliocentrism. That was it. Hey, Faciality, good to see you. Thank you for coming. And Sound has been on a cam. I mean, they took already built data from a flat Earth and they just did a 180 on it. Where the sun and moon was revolving around Earth, they made the Earth and everything revolve around the sun. And therefore, heliocentrism was born. And that's all it's ever been. You just changed the reference frame. That's all they've done. They changed the reference frame, but they took the data from flat.
Yeah.
Every single thing from a heliocentric globe idiotic model comes from flat.
Of course.
Flat didn't go away, guys. It's always been flat, and it's always going to be.
Globe's never been a thing, and people who defend it are defending a lie, so they're always going to fail.
Exactly. I mean, it's the same as, let's saying, you buy your wife a red dress. She doesn't like the red dress, so she goes and she dyes it grey. Does it make it now it wasn't a red dress?
No.
No, it's always been a red dress. It's just dyed grey. The same with the globe Earth. It's a flat Earth dressed as a globe. Good to see you, Faciality. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it, mate.
Flat Earth theory experienced a revival in the 19th century, but declined with the advent of space exploration and satellite technology.
What? Declined? No. Space exploration has never declined the truth. It just gets suppressed. This is what I love to try and explain to the globies. When it came to, like, Apollo 13, you know, when Apollo 13 came and nobody was even interested in space anymore because they were more watching soapies and stuff than worrying what was happening with the astronauts. And what happened to get them interested again? Oh, there was drama. Astronauts astronauts stuck in space. It's a fight for the life. All of a sudden, they have emotional attachment to it, and now they're all glued to the screens on trying to find out, are the astronauts going to survive or not?
Exactly.
It's
Houston, we have a big problem.
Exactly. And I mean, this is how it works with the guys. That's what space exploration is based on. It's emotional attachment.
Yeah.
And when they started losing interest again, what happened to the Challenger disaster?
Exactly.
Just a thought, guys. That's how mind control works. Governing the mind. Give people emotional attachment to it, and they will fight tooth and nail for it.
Exactly. I mean, especially. I mean, look at the Challenger thing. The evidence is right there in front of them. The people, apart from one, can be found, and they're alive. Still got the same names, maybe jumbled up a bit. Look the same, and people still don't believe it. You know what I mean? Evidence is right there.
It's crazy.
What would it be like to stand on the edge of the world and look out into space? Would you be able to see the stars and other celestial bodies? If the Earth were flat, standing on the edge of the world would be a truly surreal experience.
What edge of the world? Again, using a straw man model. There's no edge that they're talking about. Space is not a flat Earth view. Space is only globe Earth view. Moxie says, oh no, you didn't. That's sick. What's sick? By stating the obvious how mind control works. Maybe you've never heard of things like MK Ultra before, Moxie.
Do you know all these videos? They all start off with Strama.
Yeah,
Does
always start off
Does
strong.
that not like void the argument from start?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Every single thing they're based. This is what I'm trying to get the guys to understand. Separate your globe Earth beliefs from flat Earth. Stop sticking globe Earth beliefs onto a flat Earth. It's got nothing to do with it. They're attacking things that's got nothing to do with it at all. Putting it in space has got nothing to do with it. Putting gravity on it has got nothing to do with it.
It's this simple, right? Heliocentrism is of Satan, and flat Earth is God's creation.
Yeah, it's reality. Hey, Television, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming.
It's worlds apart. It's at opposite ends.
Peanut says if it's flat, it has an edge. No, it doesn't. So where's the edge of your universe then, Peanut? How's that? Do you guys have a universe? Oh wait, your universe defies all logic and natural law. It expands into nothing.
In this space supposed to be flat.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
But the thing is, their space is expanding into nothing. Since when can you expand into nothing?
You know, when they show warping and bending of space time, don't they show like a flat plane with things sinking in it?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, exactly. To rules, what's the equator? The equator is simply for the globe. Again, they're trying to push their beliefs onto a different model. It's got nothing to do with the globe, but they're always pushing the globe beliefs onto flat Earth. That's why they say, oh, but if gravity, then this is the problems you have. But gravity's not flat Earth. Oh, if space, then this, but that's not flat Earth. If edge, oh, but that's not flat Earth. You understand?
Do you know, like, why there's loads of flat earthers knocking about? Because there's problems with globe model. That's why there's flat earthers.
Yeah,
Big
exactly.
problem. Big
We were all
problem.
globe believers, guys.
None of those people were born flat earthers, yeah? We were all born globers. We all got fed same shit at school. We all believed in heliocentrism, and then we realised that we were being lied to. Yeah?
Exactly.
You're not proving globe to us. We know it's not real.
Exactly. Hey,
I
Charlie
don't know
Welsh.
why you're here in chat wasting your time.
Exactly. No, there's no equator on a flat Earth, Peanut. The equator is just an arbitrary line where you can't see Polaris anymore. It's got to our field of vision. That's it. Why do you think? I mean, you guys literally think if you have the same distance from north to south, I mean, from your beloved equator to north, you're supposed to have the same then distance from your beloved equator to the south then on a flat Earth. That's not how it works. Because you guys are again taking your belief of a globe and trying to smush it on to flat Earth.
The equator is just the middle of two hemispheres. That's it.
On the globe, yeah.
Yeah, in the globe, yeah.
Thank you, Natalie's Vegan. Your mic has been a potato recently. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Good to know it's only you guys moaning about it, though. The only ones moaning are the globies. It's because they're all they have. They got no actual argument to the arguments presented. So
That's
rather
it.
attack
That's
the
it.
equipment. And by the way, Natalie, if you've got such a problem with my mic, why don't you buy me a new mic? How's that sound?
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'll donate towards one at least.
Yeah. I haven't seen Natalie give any financial support to this channel.
Looking out into space, the first thing you would notice is the curvature of the dome-like structure above the flat Earth. The sky would appear like a giant screen, displaying the stars and planets in the sky like a giant planetarium.
Yeah, planetarium shows reality, correct? When you go to a planetarium, does it show the constellations moving like we observe it in reality? Yes, they show it as close to reality as possible. And guess what? That floor you're sitting on is flat.
Yep.
It's so close. I don't know. Let's see if we can try and get a nice planetarium up.
Like they build buildings with a foundation. The foundation is flat. Usually, it doesn't go in a curve. You know?
I mean, look at this, guys. When you sit in a planetarium, it's a domed structure on a flat surface. That's what it shows. How does that kind of resemble something? Does that resemble a curved surface looking out in the sky? Or does that resemble a flat Earth looking at a domed sky? You know, like perspective would have over a flat Earth. Really odd stuff. Let's see what Paul says. Paul says, How
Says how
much
much-
is a better one, Flatsword? I think yours sounds okay though. I know this is a cheap mic though, Paul.
It sounds alright, but it's like clipping and scratching a bit, like. But
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, when I do get my earphones, I can set it better so it goes through the system.
it's not like out to be worried about, like, you know.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah,
you guys
right.
can listen. You can hear clearly what I'm saying at least.
Aye.
I mean, I would love to get a nice, expensive mic, but this is all I could afford, so that's what I took.
I've seen channels on YouTube with millions of subscribers whose mic sounds shite. Like, so what's the point? You know.
Yeah, I'd love to get the expensive mics, like get a Yeti or whatever. But I mean, this thing's doing its job. You guys can hear me clearly.
Spud.
That's funny. Who's dissing potatoes? That's a good one.
Nice one, buddy.
But yeah, I would love them to actually debate on the argument presented and not the equipment. Because when they just say and moaning about the equipment and the quality of the sound or whatever, it shows they don't have any argument. They got nothing.
That's it.
You may even be able to see some celestial bodies that are usually obscured by the Earth's curvature, such as the planets Venus and Mars. However, the lack of gravity on a flat Earth would make it impossible to stand at the edge without floating away into space.
Again, what has any of what he's saying got to do with flat Earth? Floating away into space, edge of blocking and what? It's got nothing to do with flat Earth. Absolutely nothing. Hey Plastic, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Wow.
Gravity is a problem when it comes to a flat Earth.
See what I mean?
Yeah,
Gravity.
it's a big problem.
Why?
Gravity's a problem on ball Earth when you can't scientifically prove it.
Okay, but I'm going to give another idea, another thing, just like his argument. Orange juice is a problem when someone drinks a beer. What the hell has it got to do with it? Or a guy in Bangkok has got a problem for someone who's living in Paris. Why? It's got nothing to do with them. It's absolutely exclusive from one another. Flat Earth has got nothing to do with gravity. So you trying to create a problem for gravity on a flat Earth is just showing you're inept to understand your model has got nothing to do with a flat Earth. It's very simple stuff. Hey Rural Smoke, good to see you. Rural Smoke, I didn't change anything on the audio. There's nothing changed on it whatsoever.
There's also saying that it sounded alright though, and you didn't have to spend any money, and I agree. You sound alright.
Yeah.
Stop listening to idiots in chat.
But yeah, point is, there's no need to worry about gravity on flat Earth because it's got nothing to do with flat Earth. Just like space has got nothing to do with flat Earth.
Exactly.
So why put stuff onto flat Earth if it's got nothing to do with it at all? No, Mediadon. His argument is simple, that flat Earthers don't believe in gravity. So this creates problems he's addressing. No. The problem is you're too dumb to understand that gravity does not belong in a flat Earth. So the problem you got, because your gravity doesn't exist on your model, you want to push it onto a model that does exist and try and strawman it. Simple. Hey Watt, good to see you, mate.
Because it is the force that holds everything in place on our planet.
Nope. Gravity's not a force.
And Media Don, like, you use the word believe. You know, like, you believe in gravity, you know. That's not proof.
No.
Gravity is a man-made, conceptual, mathematical belief system in a fourth dimension on a globe model that has absolutely bugger all to do with flat Earth.
Never been demonstrated, never been proved.
So
Can't
it's
be.
got absolutely bugger all to do with flat Earth, so I don't need to worry what the hell it is, or where it's from, or anything. But I can tell you one thing. Gravity is not a force. So stop saying it's a force.
If the Earth were truly flat, there would be no gravitational force pulling objects towards the center of the Earth.
There is no gravitational force pulling anything to center of Earth. Congratulations. So it's flat then. Even on your model, there's no gravitational force.
And everything on the planet would float away into space.
No. Again, that is a globe belief. The globe belief is you require gravity to hold you down or you would fly away into space. How do we put this again? Flat Earth, no vacuum of space. Flat Earth, no gravity. You see the problem here? You don't require gravity, you don't require space, because it's got nothing to do with the actual reality. It's got nothing to do with flat Earth. So therefore you don't need to push it onto flat Earth.
But there's a big problem in globe model, vacuum of space, no atmosphere.
Big problem. But that's what I'm saying. The globe model, fine, we can discuss gravity and all they want. But when it comes to flat Earth, why do they want to discuss that stuff if it's got nothing to do with the model?
Slip Radar wants to know why it's not a farce. Brian Cox, George Musa, you know.
Because Einstein said it's only an effect. That's why. It's an effect based in the fourth dimension of pseudo-Riemannian space-time, where space and time are bending because of the effect given where two masses are seeming to attract each other on a circular path, but are actually a straight line based on relativity. So if someone's falling off a building, it's not the person falling, it's you rising up to the person falling. It's all based on your perception and your relative reference frame to the person. You are the one falling constantly or rising up constantly. That person is not falling. So that person is falling.
It's not a force, it just acts like a force.
Exactly. It's an effect. And since when can you have a effect of a force without a force present? Hey Joe B, good to see you, mate. Can anybody here show me where you've ever had a fictitious force present without an actual force first being there?
No.
You can't. A fictitious force can only arise from an actual force.
This means that life on Earth, as we know it, would be impossible without gravity. The force of gravity is what gives us our weight, keeps the atmosphere...
No. Again, we're talking about flat Earth. It's got nothing to do with gravity. Gravity is not a force. Weight is nothing got to do with gravity. It's simply just the measurement of pressure on a scale.
It just sounds like the way they're saying it is like without gravity we wouldn't have any weight whatsoever. That mass wouldn't weigh anything. That's just stupid.
Belief. Hey, Smokes, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. Great to see you, mate. He says, Flats, your volume is real low compared to everyone, and it's a bit of a
bitch. I'm sorry. I'm thinking out loud, sorry.
Let's see. I'm going to put it louder. Is this a bit better? Must I go and put it up louder? I hope it's working out. Okay. Let's carry on.
Sphere in place and holds the oceans to the surface of the Earth. On a flat Earth, the force of gravity would be different in different parts of the world. Objects on the edge of the Earth, for instance, would experience less gravitational force than objects at the center, which would cause inconsistencies and discrepancies in how gravity behaves.
Again, flat Earth doesn't need gravity, so there's no reason to even rebut this. And by the way, your globe also has difference in gravitational attraction because it has different centers of mass. Distance to the center of mass, aka geoid. Yep, weight is measured in kilograms, which isn't a vector quantity. I like the relative density argument, but not sure how that works with the G-force. G-force is just the name given for your gravitational constant, slip radar. That's it. You don't require it at all. I can call it unicorn if I want to. It will be exactly the same. It's just the accumulated average.
This would make it impossible
Hey Skeptic, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it.
to explain various phenomena, such as the tides, the rotation of the Earth, and the movement of celestial bodies.
Peanut says, no vacuum of space, no need for container. We have a container because we are breathing. Gas needs containment on any model, mate. Even on your globe it requires containment because it's how it works with gas. If you ever look at any natural law, gas law, it requires containment. Very simple stuff. Yeah, unicorn force. And by the way, yeah, on the flat earth model we would require the dome or firmament because the water's above. So maybe guys, the actual argument given for the actual model instead of making up your own rubbish.
All of which are easily explained by the gravitational force of a spherical Earth.
Nope.
Explaining how the sun and moon work on a flat Earth is one of the most challenging aspects of the flat Earth theory. According to the flat Earth model, the sun and moon are much smaller than they appear, and are much closer to the Earth than in the traditional heliocentric model.
Smaller than they appear. Last time I heard, no one makes a claim on the size of the sun and moon, correct?
No.
Faciality, thank you very much for your $5 super chat, mate. Really appreciate it. It says, Earth is flat simply because we have contained oceans and lakes. That's it. On a floating rock. But there would be no water repeatable, attestable. Yeah. The thing is, they can't demonstrate anything they claim, though. But when we can demonstrate, we can say, I mean, even, let's say the oceans, they call it the basins.
No,
There's a reason.
they have to chuck us strawmans to argue against, like this guy that we're watching now, you know, claiming flat earth and space. It's like, no, there is no flat earth and space, there is no flat earth and gravity. They're all strawmans because he actually can't prove what he believes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Flat surface says gravity pulls in stupid people. That's the only thing gravity does pull.
That's a good one. Hey Plastic, thanks for coming. NH Guy, good to see you. But thanks again, Face Reality, for your super chat. Really, really appreciate it, mate. You rock. Oh, wow. But yeah, it's simple stuff. Why are they always pushing their belief of their model onto flat earth? Why? It's not a hard thing to understand.
No.
Yes, we do have a flat earth model, Peanut. It's called biblical cosmology. Go read your Bible someday.
The flat
And you know what the funny thing is about the biblical cosmology? They can't debunk it.
Can Peanut come on now in Discord or Element and present his globe Earth model, please?
They don't have an actual one. They got a whole bunch of
If
different
you
models.
can't, Peanut, then stop commenting in chat.
Yeah, show us one globe model. You don't have a singular globe model, by the way.
Earth theory suggests that the sun and moon are actually rotating around the Earth in a circular path, providing light and heat to different parts of the Earth at different times. In the flat Earth model, the sun and moon are believed to move around a point in the center of the Earth in a circular path, and this point is known as the celestial pole. This rotation of the sun and moon around the Earth creates the day and night cycle. However, it is not clear how the sun and moon can create different time zones around the Earth, or how they can provide different seasons in different parts of the world.
It's been explained many times. Sun closer, hot, light. Sun away, cold, night. It's like, let's say you take a light source and you move away. Hey, better than gold to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. You move the light source away. What happens? It's got a limit to where the light can reach. and therefore you have twilight and then night. Remember, the light also excites gases in your atmo, which is like argon and neons and stuff, and that's why you get twilight. That's why you get everything we see, the light. That's why you get difference between sunlight and daylight. They still haven't figured that out, guys. There's a difference between daylight and sunlight.
Yeah.
And Peanut, if you've ever wondered why you have 24-hour daylight in Antarctica, it's explained on a flat Earth model. Because
Can I comment, Peanut,
Yeah.
as well?
yeah,
Peanut, you're not here to educate nobody, mate, because you are fake.
yeah, exactly. Let's carry on.
Another aspect that the flat Earth theory struggles to explain is the phases of the moon. In the heliocentric model, the moon's phases are explained by its orbit around the Earth and the amount of sunlight reflecting off its surface.
Where's the specular highlights on your moon? On your globe. The globe model specifically says the light is coming from the sun, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So where's the specular highlights on the moon? And why is it sometimes the shadows totally different to what it's supposed to be? And why do we see stars and things, if it's 6 months showing totally 180 degrees on their model, you're supposed to be seeing total different stars, yet we see the same stars, we see the same moon, we see the same everything. Hey TB, good to see you, mate, thank you for coming. There's just so much holes in their model that they're trying to push onto flat Earth, which is sad. Exactly, Faisha, I don't know how we can get this to them. The sun only governs the daylight, it doesn't cause it. Remember, in the Bible it also said, there was day, the sun only came on the 4th day. So that was alright, there were already day and night.
God is the light, because when you go to Revelation and New Jerusalem comes, it says there'll be no need for sun because Jesus will be light.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, that Christopher Enoch guy, he left a message, I think it was yesterday or something, asked, would any flat earthers like to come and just chat to him about the Bible and flat earth? So I was happy
would
to,
I?
Yeah, absolutely.
I was happy to type there, yeah. I'll be more than happy to come. So he still hasn't answered me yet. And I think it was another 2 flat earthers that said they'd be more than happy to chat to him.
Absolutely. Definitely.
I would love to chat with him.
Yeah, because Christopher Enoch literally loves to try and misrepresent the Bible and everything he can to try and make his point. I mean, he literally says God's creation in the Bible is not literal days. And then you ask him, but it says in the morning and evening were the first day. He says we're still in the first day. Days are eternal.
Ty says he can't hear you right well on YouTube. I'm not listening through YouTube, so I don't know. So is there any sound issues with you on YouTube, you know?
Everybody else, can you type 1 if you can hear me fine on YouTube, or type 2 if you sound a bit soft on YouTube? Yeah, Sergio, definitely. Scripture and flat earth, I'm there. That's what I say. If you would love to have a conversation with me, I'd love to.
Yeah.
Digger Smith, good to see you, mate.
If you've seen Duper's comment, come on, Duper, get a grip.
Why would gas keep going up? The only valid explanation is that it attracted the gravity. What? Duper, do you know, even on your heliocentric model, the Earth's atmosphere goes past the moon now? This has been a few years on.
And if Earth's gravity was stronger than the moon's, why would it be attracted up anyway? You know
Hey,
what I mean?
Professor Red D-Man, you see, there's quite a few 1s and 2s, so this is quite confusing. It's like in the middle, guys.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly, faciality. Christopher Enoch, he actually debunks himself when he brings up the Bible argument. So that's why I say I'd love to go to chat to him. Because he wouldn't be able to hide away if he's actually chatting live to someone.
It's a bold question he put out there, really, isn't
It is, yeah.
You know,
But
very
do you
bold.
think he's actually going to fall through for it to actually talk?
No,
No.
the fact that he's put that question out. I mean, every flat earther who's a believer in God is gonna want to go and talk to him.
Exactly.
In my opinion.
Yep, definitely. Because if you read through his comments, wow. Okay, let's carry on.
However, in the flat Earth model, the moon's phases are difficult to explain because of the sun's position in relation to the moon and Earth. A solar eclipse is one of the most compelling pieces of evidence that the Earth is not flat, but is instead a sphere.
That's also false. I mean, even like in ancient cosmology, they thought like Rahu and Ketu, where they believe the negative energy eats up the positive energy or whatever. Many people believe it's just plasma regenerating. You know what I mean? It can be many
But-
things.
Yeah.
Even on a flat Earth, it could still be caused by its sun and moon. You know,
Yep.
nobody can actually verify what's going on. You know, all we can do is look and speculate, and that is all we can do.
Exactly. Dupapoon says, why would I want to be a flat earther? I agree. Why would you want to be a flat earther? Because you always get ridiculed for everything, being called stupid for everything, and no matter how much times you have to explain something to them, they just say, nah, you're dumb.
Yeah.
And nobody sets out to be a flat earther. Like, yeah, we were all born same as you, Poons, and taught heliocentrism. Like, we didn't set out in life to become flat earthers.
No.
But
The flat
when
earth is true.
when you're an honest person and you look into these things, you find holes in it.
Exactly. That's the whole reason we aren't globers anymore. There's just too much holes in the globe narrative. And I mean, when it comes to the flat earth, we can demonstrate what we're talking about. If we're saying something like gas pressure requires, we can demonstrate it. We're saying you can have bottom-up obstruction on flat surfaces, we can demonstrate it. We can show you its perspective, we can demonstrate it. Do you understand? What do we get from the globe when we ask them to demonstrate? Oh, scale. It's just too big, it's impossible. You know what I mean? That's all.
That's it.
Hey, Jojo, good to see you. Because the globe is just based on faith. You can't feel movement, you must just have faith when moving. You can't see curve, you must just have faith you can see curve. You can't...
Can I slip radar a question? Slip, how's it going? Can you define pseudoscience, please?
Oh, yeah, that I would like to know. Because they do like to misrepresent us as pseudoscientists when we're not the ones actually claiming science in the first instance.
During a solar eclipse, the moon passes between the Earth and the sun, blocking the sun's light from reaching parts of the Earth's surface. The path of the moon's shadow during a solar eclipse can be observed from various locations on Earth, and it is always seen to be circular. This can only happen if the Earth is a sphere.
Why? This could happen on a pineapple Earth too if it wanted to.
Yeah.
Hey, Real Nice Science Guy, good to see you. Real Nice Science Guy, tagged you Flatoid in a 600 comment convo with McToon. People, they got nothing. 600 people. 600 comments of people avoiding the discussion of perspective and how to apply it. Yeah, I'm still waiting for McToon to come show me how he accounted for perspective in his orthographic view.
Yeah.
Still waiting for that. Because remember when he was here, he was trying to push it onto me. And the mom telling him, but I'm not the one making the claim that it's that. Because I'm strictly saying orthographic view is not perspective based. He's saying it is. And then when he wants me to correct him on it. It's like, how must I correct you on something if it's your claim?
Sir, are we talking about McToon? No, there is no triangulation. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, there is
That
triangulation.
same one, yeah. That same act too.
What a
Contradiction, to be honest.
The same guy that says he's a Christian and then says the Bible is just a fiction book, science fiction. Yeah.
How can you call yourself a Christian if you believe the Bible is a fairy tale? You know what I mean? That's just ridiculous. Christianity is biblical based.
Yeah, I don't understand. No, but because you see, if he has to take things literally from what the Bible says or stuff, he can't be a globe earther. That's why.
Christian means to be Christ-like. How can you know what Christ was like unless you read the Bible?
Yep. Okay, Duperpoon says, let's say the Earth is flat. Why can't we see the dome? Why would you expect to see it? Can you see a mountain that's 300 kilometers away from you, Duperpoons? Everything has a limit to what you can see. And how do we even know how high the dome really is anyway? How do we know what it is? We know we have containment, but what we know, where it is, how it is, what it's made of, we have no idea.
Let's put it this way. Can you see wind? No, you can't. So how do you know wind's there? You can feel it. Right? So can you see container? No. How do you know it's there? Because we can breathe.
Yeah, Sandy Banana Cam, he did. He went on Christopher Enoch's channel and he said, you can't take the Bible literally. It's actually just, it's not even from... I'm going to actually go look for the actual quotes, but he was downplaying the Bible literally as it's a fantasy book, guys. And he's supposed to be a Christian.
I mean, if he's a Christian and he thinks like sort of Genesis is just like some kind of metaphor or something like that, Jesus, and he believes in Jesus because he calls himself a Christian. Jesus quotes Adam and stuff like that. Jesus gets called the second Adam. Do you know what I mean? So Jesus quotes Old Testament, so it's real. You know what I mean? It's true.
Look what he says about Bible interpretation, guys.
Clearly, you cannot take things literally all the time. You have to pick and choose, and then it comes to interpretation. And that's the question. So I just say interpretation is meaningless until you just go and measure it. So you just go measure the shape of the Earth, and then you'll find out whose interpretation was right. Clearly, you cannot take things literally all the time. You
understand what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He can't accept Genesis for what it is. Because it goes against his belief of the globe.
Exactly.
The Bible gives creation literally 6 days.
Right. If the Bible turned around and said we was made from a big bang and all this evolution took place and all that, I bet they'd believe it straight away, wouldn't they? Do you know what I mean? So it's just a big contradiction.
I just want to address Slip because this is very, very interesting. And if this is what all ballers believe, this is where they're going wrong. Because Slip says pseudoscience is a belief based on scientific method. Well, no, it isn't.
There's a few problems if you take...
Yeah, God?
I was saying, no, it isn't. Pseudoscience is a belief in something claiming to be science when it does not adhere to the scientific
There we
method.
go. Duperpoon's already proved your point now.
If you are thinking that what you've just said is correct, Slip, then you're wrong, and then all your reasoning is wrong.
But Michael, Duperpoon's just validated your argument. The globe is not a belief, it's science. So there we go. Pseudoscience then. Because you're claiming the globe to be scientific, yet it's all faith-based on belief. It's not. So it's pseudoscience.
Ship's not science for a start.
It defies real science.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's not science.
Okay, guys, listen to what McToon says here. The Bible is not accurate. Listen.
specific things a little bit literally in the Bible. For example, in the temple, the circumference of the circle of the bowl was 30 cubits. The diameter was 10. That doesn't quite work. That's only accurate to one digit. It doesn't say 31 cubits around, which would be the correct number because pi is 3.1, not 3.0. So it's not very literal there. He could have written 31 cubits around. Or if you're going to say, well, maybe there was a ridge around it, right? Well, that could have been included if it was meant to be science type topic, right? But it obviously isn't. There's a few problems if you take specific things a little bit literally in the Bible.
You understand? He's trying to say the Bible's not literal because it doesn't gel with his, again, belief system.
Exactly.
another thing. He's 600 witnesses.
If you're going to go with witnesses, well, 600 people have been to space, personally been to space. So if witnesses is the way to go, then 600 witnesses have been to space. They all say that the Earth is a globe. None of them say that the Earth is flat. Now, you might find a couple mistranslations, but if you read the entire transcript in context, you'll see they were joking. If you're going to go with
How wrong is that, guys? No one's been to space to be a witness for space. He's trying to equivocate that to the witnesses that saw Jesus after he died and resurrected, which are over 500. So, guys, tell me again how this guy trying to misrepresent the Bible and everything is supposedly a Christian.
Yeah, well, if he doesn't believe in Genesis, he can't be a Christian, because Jesus certainly believed in Genesis.
But I mean, since when do you go and try and take where God literally says the Bible is his word, meditate on my word day and night, and says it's misrepresenting and you shouldn't take it literally and it is inaccurate and contradicts itself? Since when are you claiming to be a Christian and in the same word saying, sorry, I'm not going to take God's word as true? That doesn't make sense. That contradicts itself. And yeah, I do eat pork, Slip Radar.
And so do I, and it's not
if you read your
biblical.
Bible, you know you can eat pork.
Yeah.
We've been through this before. Okay, but anyway, enough with McToon. Let's go back onto this guy.
As a flat Earth would cast a different shaped shadow depending on the position of the sun and moon. Another important aspect of solar eclipses is the fact that they can only occur during certain times of the year when the Earth, moon, and sun are in specific positions.
This goes back to my where they were back engineering the globe model. These positions and year and time was based on what? The solar cycles were what? On flat Earth. Correct?
Yep.
The seasons you guys have on your globe and the movements were back engineered from the data already accumulated through the thousands of years. The data was already there. You knew the time and dates and locations that it happened. So they created a model around that. It's not hard to understand.
The heliocentric model provides a comprehensive explanation of the mechanics behind solar eclipses, whereas the flat Earth theory cannot explain this phenomenon convincingly.
So because it's not convincing to you, therefore it's not explaining it. So that's just a I don't believe you nonsense argument. That's it always saying. So in other words, a hand wave dismissal because to him it's not convincing. So what makes his more convincing? To me, the globe model is not convincing because it violates natural law. It can never be demonstrated. It can only be based on belief. Yeah, the Old Testament says something, but maybe you should read the New Testament as well, Slip Radar. The Bible has the Old and New Testament together. If you want to only think about the Old Testament, then maybe you should be a Jew. How's that? Go read the Tanakh then.
The flat Earth theory proposes that space travel is not possible.
Go read the Torah and the Tanakh then and ignore the rest of the Bible. How's that sound? Because Christians read the whole Bible, not just part of it. Plato studied Eric's word, thus he sounds alike. What? What Eric you guys talking about? I'm confused.
So in Spud, if you put mine and Michael's answer together, then I think you've kind of got the answer.
My question is, what is TG? What is the day in reference to? What day is he talking about there?
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh,
Spuddy's asking.
yeah, I think he's on about because you've got 4 days before the sun, ain't you? So yeah, it's day and night before the sun came, like Michael said. After the fourth day, then you would use the sun for your literal 24 hours, yeah.
So sun and moon were created on fourth day to govern the night, the
Remember,
day.
but remember the first that said the earth, what? The morning and the evening were the first day. So it
Yeah,
already
yeah.
had a set time, 24-hour day.
Yeah.
The sun and the moon came after. It's just to rule the night and day. It was for times and seasons with the stars, remember? That's why you have
Yeah.
eclipses and stuff, guys. It's for times and seasons.
Yep.
It's not creating the day and night. The day and night has always been there.
Sun gives you like days, and moon gives you months, and stars give you
Exactly.
seasons and stuff.
It's just to give signs.
It's like the
Yeah.
clock.
Yeah,
That's
for
why you
Duper
get-
calling us stick, you can have a timeout for that. He can talk about calling
But I
it
mean,
thick.
that's why you get the moon in the day as well. It's because it doesn't dictate night. It's just the ruler of the night, just like the sun is the ruler of the day. It's just the reference given for the seasons and times. It's not the actual thing that creates the day. The night and day were there before the sun and moon.
Spud, you'll have to come into Element after the show and explain it, because I don't really know what you mean. Like, there's no motion for day and night. That,
No, I think he just meant came into existence by set in motion, innit? So yeah,
They
Right.
came into existence when God.
motion's got nothing to do with day and night.
No,
no, I think no, I know motion hasn't. It's just a saying, innit? If you set something into motion, it just means where it started
God's
from.
word. Yeah, God's
I
word.
know, there's not been set into motion. There's no motion involved with day and night.
No, I know what you're saying.
You know, so that's what I mean, and it's best if he comes in Element to talk rather than
That'll be
in
easier
chat.
to.
I don't know what he means, and it's easier to talk.
That'll be easier to explain and whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
As it asserts that the Earth is flat and stationary, and the entire universe is contained within a dome or firmament. According to the flat Earth theory, there
Whoa. The entire universe is contained within the dome or firmament. I don't think the Bible said the entire universe, did it? Because the universe is also just a globe belief. It said the
Well,
stars.
if you mean by universe, sun, moon, and stars, then yeah,
but
it isn't.
yeah, but would you say that's the universe though?
Yeah,
I
because
wouldn't say so.
there's no other than God's creation, is there? There's
I wouldn't
earth,
say that's the
heaven.
universe. I would say like heaven is still part of a universe. I wouldn't say it's in the universe. If you could consider it very limited to that's the universe, yeah, but I wouldn't say that's the
Well,
universe.
that's what I said. I said like the sun, moon, and stars are in the firmament. That's defined as heaven as well. But there's no universe as in
The globe or universe covered.
infinite space, blah blah blah, all that business. Universe is God's creation. That's like your terrarium,
Yeah.
you know.
there is no outer space beyond the firmament, and all the celestial bodies that
See, that's what I say nothing beyond the firmament.
No, there's heaven.
Yeah, there's
Beyond
waters above and God
You
sitting
know, like-
above.
Yeah, where God exists, like.
Yeah.
But I personally think like sun, moon, and stars. This guy's talking about looking at lights in the sky as being universe. You know, like you think some lights are galaxies and other planets and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But that what you see above that, all them stars and that is in your firmament.
What is that?
It's our lass.
Hey Derek Nelson, good to see you, mate.
It's our lass roaring like a lion.
Good to see you, Derek. Good to see you, mate.
appear to be distant stars and galaxies are just projections on the firmament. Flat earthers believe that the images of space and space travel that we see are hoaxes, created by governments and space.
Not we believe. It's true because it violates natural law, yet you guys have not been able to demonstrate the opposite. You can't come and tell us, listen here, I've got these images, which is clearly CGI, and then saying it's true, it's real, and we say, but it can't be true because it violates natural law. Instead, what you get us, just have faith, believe us. That's it. what you going to believe? The guy that just says it, have faith, believe us, even though it violates natural law, or knowing it violates natural law, so therefore it can't be true? Like this, what they're showing on screen. Is this supposed to be real? No, it's computer generated imagery. It's very, very simple stuff. It's fake because it cannot be in a place claimed to be operating. Hence my debate against Mark Reed. NASA is deceitful because they claim to operate in a place that violates natural law. Full stop.
Agencies to deceive the public. They argue that no human has ever been to space.
I have to also say something about Bob's death, guys. I see a lot of people are saying they're not sure he's really dead. My comment in the thing is, if he's not really dead, then yeah, there's nothing we can really do to prove if he's dead or not. If he is, I just give condolence to him, say I feel sorry for him because I know he was not right with God, and in that sense, even though I didn't like Bob, I do feel sorry for him, because I don't care who a person is. If you die and you didn't have God in your heart, I am going to mourn you. I mean, I mourn your spirit because I know where you end up. But if he's not really dead, as some people say, because, yeah, then I'll just say it's a sick game he's playing, and, well, yeah. I'll just keep out of it, though. Hey, Mr. Obvious, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. At the end of the day, he has to stand before God, just like every one of us has to stand before God.
Can I add, though, why are globe earthers who've done no but slag the guy off for years and years and years suddenly come to his defence when flat earthers claim that he might not necessarily be dead? Why is that?
Yeah. Remember, a lot of the time, especially the last few months and stuff, have you guys not realized flat earthers have been saying he's just a control agent? Don't you think it's more likely that his time is up now, so he had to get rid of his tie, you know what I mean, his flat earth charade? Because I, till this day, I'm sticking to my guns. He was never a flat earther. He was an acting shill. Straight. And I'm sorry if anybody's offended by that, but it's the truth.
I'm with you on that. I'm definitely with you on that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, if someone's buttered about that, that's their problem. Bob was never an actual flat earther. He was placed to make flat earth look stupid. That was it. And that's the whole Globusters true. Yes, you Globuster guys. You're all just here to try and make us look idiotic.
I mean, this is like, I'm not telling anybody to listen to Jake the Asshole, but when Jake the Asshole were having trouble with Bob, he showed text messages from Bob, and Bob was saying he was going to get all his FBI friends and CIA friends to come and get Jake, you know what I mean? And he showed them comments. So,
but I mean,
it really won't surprise me if he weren't in some kind of government agent. It won't.
But I mean, look how Bob was towards me as well, even though I did nothing to the guy.
But can it be proven? No, it can't. So
yeah, that's what I say. I just leave it. So, did I like the guy? No, I didn't. Do I believe he was a flat earther? No, I do not. I do feel sorry for him if he really died, and that's about it. That's where I leave it.
And all the footage of astronauts and spacecraft is filmed on a movie set or in a simulation. In the flat Earth theory, the firmament is believed to be made of solid material, such as glass or metal, and no object...
Such as glass or metal? Where does he get this nonsense from? Has anybody made a claim what the firmament is made out of?
Bible claims.
Yeah, like molten glass, but it doesn't say exactly what it's made out of.
It sounds like some kind of crystalline type.
Yeah, but I mean, does it say exactly what it's made out of? No, it doesn't.
No.
So no one makes a claim.
Like molten glass is a simile. Do you know what I mean? That's not literal. That's a simile.
So no one makes a claim on what it's made out of, though. Let me put it this way, Flip. Bob never showed him ever using that gyro. Ever.
Nope.
Never. By the way, did he actually calibrate it apparently before he used it? Do you know you have to calibrate it every time you move the thing? Does he even know how to calibrate it? Or in this case, did he know how? Again, it was a joke, guys. I don't even know if he even touched that thing, because they never showed it. They never showed that thing at all. And if you contact the people that actually made the mockumentary, they can't show it. Because he never had it.
Exactly.
He never had it to do the experiment, which is an experiment, by the way.
Can penetrate or cross it. What would the weather be like? If the Earth were flat,
Slippery, you say he did. Show us this image. Show us.
Yep.
Show it. Come.
Provide video.
Provide us
Provide
the
video.
Because you can contact the same people that made the documentary and they can tell you they don't have footage of it.
All you see is a shitty cartoon on documentary, and that's all you see.
I mean, look at when they were showing him talking at that bonfire tonight, how they got the mic on him, and you can see how he's blurting it out. He knows they're filming and got a mic on him. He's got a lapel mic for Pete's sake. Come on. It's all staged, guys. I can disprove that laser gyro, yes, because it was never tested, it was never done. Why do you think we're saying they're trying to make people look stupid? Because now they're pushing this ether nonsense, making excuses on it. Show us the laser gyro. Okay, you know, I'm going to do this. Anybody anywhere in the world, if you have such a laser gyro like this, even the person that so-called lent it to Bob, can you take a video doing exactly what Bob claimed to do with it, please? Make sure you're doing the calibration as well, please. Then we'll talk again. How's that?
No,
The weather pattern.
Whoever's claiming that there's video evidence better produce it.
Yeah. There is none. There's no
Which
video
have yet.
evidence, nothing.
Don't you think us as flat earthers would be privy to it, like, you know?
I mean, the thing is, what I'm really very find weird, guys. No glober is ever pushed to see that actual video evidence. That's what's really odd to me. They supposed to be the ones that's really pushing. Yeah, I gotta see where he's actually measuring this.
Huh.
You understand?
Duper, ether's what's between your ears. Not much.
So yeah, guys, if you guys claim he's ever done it, please show us this video. Show us this video.
would be drastically different from what we observe today. The shape of the Earth affects the atmosphere and the movement of air and water currents, which in turn affect the weather. On a flat Earth, there would be no Coriolis effect.
Coriolis effect. There's no Coriolis effect, full stop, because it's just an effect.
Yeah.
It's not a physical thing.
Optical.
It's only an optical illusion that it makes it appear to do something. Apparent, not physical. So when you have hurricanes, it's not physical. You understand? A hurricane is a physical storm. So yeah, any Globers, please show us the video where he's actually used that gyro.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pooper, man. Pooper. Gyroscopes are round, probably because the Earth is round.
How much has just come in the chat?
Who we got? Oh, Hammer.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey,
How you doing, dude?
how's it going, mister? How's it going? Good to see you in.
Good, how about you?
Oh, great. It's always glad to have a Hammer in.
Always a pleasure to hear, Hammer. Always a pleasure.
Oh, thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Are you guys live?
Yeah, we're live right now.
Yeah.
Nice, awesome. Glad I caught you.
Hammer, I want to ask you something. Have you ever seen the video where Bob used the ring laser gyro?
Who is it?
Where Bob, wherever used that
What
ring
hap-
laser gyro. Have you ever seen the actual video footage?
Oh, you're talking about from behind the curve, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it actually. No, we were talking about doing kind of a review on it. I think.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah,
Mm,
that'll be great.
does sound good.
But I'd love
Are you?
I'd love anybody who's got such a ring laser gyro to be able to just do it. I mean, it should be so easy. There's so many people with those ring laser gyros in the government, so they should just be able to take a video and show us doing it.
Mm.
I mean,
Ring laser gyro slip got a scare on flat Earth until we could overcome that argument.
yeah, but I mean, think about it. If they're going to show it, then they are throwing Einstein under the bus. That says no optical instrument will ever be able to detect Earth's rotation. That's exactly what an interferometer is. It's an optical apparatus. And now, if they're claiming it is doing that, then they're throwing Einstein under the bus. And if they are saying they can't show it, then they are saying, okay, Einstein's correct, but then they can't claim Bob showed it. Which Bob didn't show it because he never showed it at all. They just said 15-degree-hour drift. That's it.
Right.
He never did it. Yeah, exactly, Derek. He never did it. I mean, have you ever seen anybody using a gyro like that to show it? I mean, anybody in the military that's got access to that gyro would make a video on YouTube saying, look, here's the drift. Yet no one's been able to do it. Or how about...
Slip radar.
Yeah.
Slip radar. If you've seen a video of that ring laser gyro experiment, present it.
You hear them talking about it, you don't see it actually happening.
All I see on that video is a cartoon.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's all I've
There's
seen.
nothing. There's absolutely bugger all. He has never done it. They never did. And you guys can contact the people that made the documentary, and I can guarantee you they have not got footage of it.
And what good is a drifting gyro anyway? Like gyros keep
They don't drift.
rigidity in space.
They don't drift.
If it's not keeping rigidity, then that plane don't know whether it's flying horizontal or not.
All the gyros do is keep a reference in space. That it keeps its plane of reference. That's all it does. It does nothing else but keep its plane in reference.
So plane knows whether it's nose down or nose up, or it's banking left or it's banking right. If it were drifting, it wouldn't know that.
It won't know. It won't know anything that going backwards or forwards in drifting. It just keeps a reference plane. That's the only thing a gyro does. That's why they have multiple gyros on a plane. So they have multiple reference planes to work on. Because if it could work out drifting, they would only need one gyro. Yes, the gyroscope can work with magnetism because of interferometry. I've seen magnetism work with some things on it, but that doesn't mean that Bob did anything with the gyro before.
Which is caused by the rotation of the planet, and which influences the direction of air and water currents. This effect is responsible for the formation of large-scale weather systems.
No, large-scale weather systems is simple. You have things like air currents pushing warm and cold air across the topography of Earth.
I do explain clouds going opposite direction to Earth rotation.
Exactly. They got tornadoes and stuff going in the opposite directions. Even hurricanes now and then go in the opposite directions. But they ignore those ones, don't they? Oh no, it's only like 1%, so we just ignore that. It's like it's freak of nature. Let's just ignore that we can show something that goes in opposite directions because it debunks us, and let's just show the ones that do go in the direction we said it goes in. You know what I mean? It's idiotic. the fact that wind goes in the opposite direction to your Earth turn already debunks the whole argument that the wind moves with the Earth. We would have a constant breeze from east to west and no west to east wind or anything. But yet we do.
There'd just be constant wind, wouldn't there?
Yeah, it would just be east to west winds constantly, no change. These guys don't ever think of how they don't actually think a thing through before they try and make an argument for their globe.
They're not living in reality, mate.
Not at all.
Every observation you can go and make in reality goes against what they claim.
Mm-hmm. Mediadon says Coriolis doesn't exist. Coriolis does exist. It's an effect. It can be demonstrated on a turnaround table. I mean, I've demonstrated Coriolis.
Exactly, plenty of times.
What you guys are explaining to your globe as causing for hurricanes is not Coriolis effect. It's you guys actually showing you have no understanding what Coriolis effect is.
That's actually, hurricanes actually rotate.
It's a real thing. Remember Kosho said, no, hurricanes are moving in straight lines.
Yeah. That makes sense for something secular to move in a straight line all the time.
I agree, Glenn. The ring laser
Cool.
gyro, it would only pick up electromagnetic interference, not Earth rotation. I 100% agree with you. Why do you think they had Aries failure? And the Michelson and Morley experiment that time. But like I said, based on the 15 hours degree on Bob, I want to see the actual footage where he used the ring laser gyro. Because
and not just a shitty triangular cartoon with 15 degrees in it.
And you know what's the funny thing? They didn't even show him with the thing, ever.
No, you didn't see it. No.
It's a bit weird. The guy didn't even have it in front of him while he was talking about it.
It's been a couple of years since I've watched it, but yeah, I do remember that you didn't see it.
Yeah, cost around 20 grand, but he was lending it from a friend. So that friend he lent it from that apparently doesn't exist cannot just show us him using it himself, getting the same drift. What the hell are you talking about, Sean? Flatsworth thinks that a meter is short in Africa than in Canada. Where in the bloody hell have I ever said that?
What the hell is he talking about? Why would it be shorter in Africa than it is in Canada? You're a numpty, Sean. You just say things for some kind of I don't know, recognition or.
All he proves with his comments is he's an absolute retard, in my opinion.
Yeah, and a liar, because I've never said that.
He does it for attention, man. That's what it is. I just don't get it.
Okay, let's go on to the video.
That's what he keeps saying. He keeps calling you a liar, but every statement he comes out with is a bloody lie.
Yeah. Really weird.
You know what that's called, don't you, PJ?
Projection.
Such as hurricanes, typhoons, and cyclones. Without the Coriolis effect, these systems would not form, and there would be no large-scale storms. In addition, the shape of the Earth affects the distribution of sunlight and heat around the planet.
That's just false. The sun just radiates through the atmo into the ground. Doesn't matter the shape of the Earth. It's got nothing to do with the shape of the Earth.
You got stubborn toe or something, Michael.
And by the way, I don't know how we can explain this to the globies. On your model, the Earth and the Sun are so far away. That little distance there would have absolutely no difference because it's so far away.
If the sun were that far away, you wouldn't see it.
Yeah, but I mean, you understand. It's like standing in front of an oven, okay? When you're closer to it, it burns you, correct? Now, let's say you're standing 10 centimeters in front of the oven. You can move your hand 2 centimeters, you're going to feel the difference. Now, go stand, let's say, 10 meters away from the oven. Move your hand 2 centimeters again. Are you going to feel a difference? No. Because the percentage is too minimal on their globe. So they actually debunk their globe by saying, oh, on this side of the globe, that's why it's hotter there and there, because it's closer to the moon. But your percentage is too little. If you have a small and local sun, like the flat earth claims, you would have those differences because the percentage is much higher compared to when you have a very far away, nonsensical plasma burning gas ball in a vacuum. Nothing makes sense in their globe.
On a flat Earth, the sun would rise and set at the same time everywhere.
No. No. That's false.
How does he know how it would work on a flat Earth when he don't believe in a flat Earth?
Yeah.
You know?
Like he's taking the globe 93 million miles and sticking it on a flat Earth.
Yeah, but still sticking the flat Earth in a space vacuum.
Exactly.
And just making claims like, oh, it's going to be the same everywhere. That's nonsense. These guys ignore every single thing of reality and just make claims. And then say, oh, if it's flat Earth, you're going to do that. It's like the same, if it's flat, you should be able to see daylight no matter where you are on the Earth. No, that's idiotic.
Again,
And the
it's denying reality. Like, imagine a street lamp. Does that light up the entire neighborhood? One street lamp.
No.
Exactly. You've got how many street lamps have you got in a little street? You know what I mean? You don't have one for the full street.
Distribution of heat and sunlight would be more uniform across the planet.
No. It wouldn't be more uniform because you're closer. You have a larger difference in percentage of, I don't know if I can maybe draw this out. Okay. This is the ground. Okay? Now let's say we got the sun. Now it's a local close sun. This has got a distance. This has got a distance. And that's got a distance. Okay? This closer one would be now noon. High noon, whatever, like in the middle of the day. It's the hottest time of day. Because it's closer. It's on your GP. This is the morning. It's not as hot as when it's there. And when it goes, it gets cooler. You understand? Now with the sun, your globe model, you got your Earth there, and now you got your moon, your sun. The percentage of here and the percentage of there is not much different because the distance you have to your Earth doesn't really matter because you got a different percentage. It's much larger distance. It doesn't matter. That little bit of distance doesn't make a distance problem there because it's very far away. It's very simple stuff, guys. Come on. This is rudimentary.
This would result in more moderate temperatures, with less variation between day and night.
No. Again, I just explained. No.
And between different parts of the world. However, the lack of variation in sunlight and heat would also mean that there would be no distinct seasons.
Again, just making claims. No distinct seasons, nothing. Have you guys ever gone out to an open field or something early in the morning and go watch a sunrise?
Absolutely.
Have you felt as soon as you start seeing the sun how cold it gets all of a sudden? The temperature drops as soon as the sun comes up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
Absolutely.
Why, guys? Because the sun is local. On the Earth, the globe Earth, it's not supposed to be that way. It's just supposed to be automatically get hotter.
we observe today. The changing of the seasons is caused by the tilt of the Earth's axis, which
Oh yeah, the seasons on a globe. The sun is closer and then it's winter. The sun is further and it's summer. Tell me there's no contradiction there.
Exactly.
What happens when you go closer to a heat source? Does it get hotter or colder, guys? And then look at your model again.
And what does Bible say? There'll be for times, seasons. Don't mention no tilt.
Nope.
Don't mention no ball.
Nope. But it does, however, say it is firm. It is steadfast. It shall not move.
Yep.
causes different parts of the planet to receive varying amounts of sunlight at different times of the year. On a flat Earth, there would be no tilt, and the amount of sunlight and heat received would remain the same throughout the year.
Why? Why can't the sun change altitude? Why can't the sun decide to move closer inwards and outer? Weird. So just sticking it and saying it should never move and making a claim that it should never move is just showing he's making an argument out of ignorance.
Yeah.
Don't that AE map tell you then?
Yeah, they actually show this as well on the AE map, trying to explain how the times and seasons with the sun moving closer in the circuit, outer circuit, high altitude, low altitude. But it's amazing, they just decide, oh, but because globe, I just say the flat earth doesn't work. It's sad.
In conclusion, the idea of a flat Earth may seem intriguing, but it is not supported by scientific evidence or observation.
It's supported by many observations and globe Earth's not supported by science at all.
The globe earth is claimed to be science, yet we don't get science from the globe. We don't get any observations from the globe that make it scientific. It's only circular reasoning and affirming the consequent based on belief systems. That's it. It's just faith-based. There's no demonstration for your globe anywhere, and there's no science for your globe anywhere. So I don't know where they're coming on this nonsense.
Our planet is a beautiful and complex globe, and it is important to continue to explore and understand its mysteries, rather than clinging to outdated and inaccurate beliefs.
Oh, like the globe, outdated and inaccurate belief. Because we can go literally now outside and we can say, oh look, if I say bottom-up obstruction, I can demonstrate it on flat surfaces. Or, oh look, we have gas pressure and you need containment for that. Or, you know what I mean? We can demonstrate all the things we claim. What do we get from the globe? Oh no, but you guys don't understand scale. We can't show you water conforming to outside the ball because of scale. We can't show you Earth curve because the globe's too big. But we can show you a boat going over the curve 3 miles away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You don't understand science, but what I'm really talking about is pseudoscience.
Yeah. It's like, okay, show me the science. What's your hypothesis? No, you don't understand science. Okay, just give me your hypothesis. No, you don't understand science. Can I just have your hypothesis, please? What do you mean hypothesis? You know what I mean? This is the idiotic stuff we get from these guys. And then when you try and explain things like entropy, oh, you don't understand entropy. You don't understand gas law. Okay. Gas doesn't have behavior. Yeah. Good, cool story, bro. I challenge anybody of you guys that says gas doesn't have behavior, walk in any institution, any educational institution, tell them gas doesn't have behavior. They'll laugh you out of the room. They'll laugh you out of the room. They'll think you're insane.
Also, even if the Earth was flat, why cover it up? It doesn't change how anyone lives and doesn't affect anyone.
Really? Is that so? How much people believe they don't have any purpose in life? How much people believe they aren't created? How much people believe that nothing matters in life. If they die one day, there's nothing left. It doesn't matter. All because why? Because they took the creator away. If you take the creator away, you got no purpose. You're just here by chance. So yeah, it's got a reason. Big reason. You take away the people's purpose in life, you take away everything that God created you for. You take the whole essence of why God created you in the first place. It's very simple.
Oh, Putin, shut up.
No, gas is not alive. Never said it was.
Wow.
Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe to our channel for more content like this.
Thank you.
Oh, definitely. I'll
Yeah.
be looking out for it every day.
Oh, wow. Well, it is kind of late already. 11:30.
It's been 2.25 hours already.
It's good. It was a good show. I'm glad I could come back.
Good first day back, man.
So yeah, I want to say thank you to everybody for coming.
Cool. No problem.
It's good to see 80% of people said they're happy to see me back. 85
That's
votes. 20% of the people are saying, no, I'm going to be hurt again.
But that 20% is watching.
Yeah.
That's what's added about it.
So yeah, I'm going to say good night here to you guys. I'm going to see you guys again tomorrow night. Thank you all for joining. Really appreciate everything, and thank you for the super chats. Please just hit the like button and share if you haven't already. Like I said, my earphones and green screen will be a Thursday. Then hopefully I can get the sound a bit better.
And can I just thank all ballers in chat for terrible globe defense again?
Again, as usual.
And for the satire.
And one last thing, again, if you guys can find any video footage of Bob ever using that gyroscope, please do show it our way. I would be the first to stream it for everybody. Please. Because I know it doesn't exist. So yeah. Thanks all for coming, guys. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you guys in Element for coming.
You'd think Jaren about to get your ass on it, wouldn't you? Like?
Yeah, I don't think Jaren would be able to show us because it was never done.
No. Jaren would probably rather have a penis sizing competition with it. You know what I mean?
Maybe we should get Jake the Arsehole and Jared on and let them have their competition.
I heard somebody saying that Jake the Asshole were Bill Nye's son. And it's funny because he does look a bit like him. Like.
Wow. I doubt that though, but yeah.
You never know in this crazy YouTube world.
No, I don't, yeah.
Slip Radar, here's a challenge to get a gyro. Okay, get me the Ling Laser gyro and I'll do it for you. How's that? How about you contact the Bob's friend apparently that lent it to him and let him do it for us. Or he can lend it to us and we'll do it as well. So yeah. Please guys, get a video for us showing Bob actually using it. And it will really help us. Too bad it doesn't exist to be able to do that. Because he has never used it. So yeah. Okay, because I can guarantee you if he was still here, you could ask him how did you even put it on. I don't think he would know how to put it on. Let alone calibrate it.
Where's Wally? Who's shilling for Where's Wally?
Not flat. No idea.
Where's Wally is one of the bigger retards of globe Earth.
Yeah. Okay, cheers guys. Really appreciate you guys coming in. I'll see you guys again tomorrow night.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, definitely good to be back. Thank you all for coming. Again, thank you for all the likes and everything. You guys rock. Okay, till tomorrow night. Many, many blessings and may the pressure be with you. Cheers.